Welcome. Hello. Good morning. Hello. Good day, whatever time it is for you. Welcome to Hug Nation Live. I am John Halcyon, and this is a daily practice of gratitude and connection and intention setting for the day. I'm a little late. I lost track of time. I started putting together some outfits. I'm gonna, after this, I'm going to Solana Beach where there's this great big Christmas tree. And I figured as long as I was nearby for this breakfast meeting, I would film a little video for my annual video Christmas card. And so I started putting together the outfits that I wanted to wear, and I lost track of time. So I'm grateful for your patience. If you're here, say hello, share some gratitude. I am grateful for San Diego weather, where it is glorious. I mean, I wouldn't mind it being a little cooler, quite frankly. Like, wearing this hat is going to be a little warm today if I try to for this video. But I am grateful for all the sunshine and green, and all my plants can stay outdoors. It's just so nice to have thriving plants outdoors right now. Good morning, Juan. Hello to you. The classic pink Santa hat. I was just noticing that it probably could use a little wash. I gotta admit, I'm grateful. I'm enjoying the Santa-like appearance that I've been enjoying on a daily basis. Actually, I woke today to like my hair was so big when I woke up this morning. I was like, whoa. I'm grateful that I'm starting to. I'm enjoying the silly names that people are calling me, like Neptune. I'm like, yeah, I'll give that man a trident. I'll be Neptune. Although someone else, never mind. Some people just enjoy putting a little sheen of poop on things. I'm like, why would you make such a? I mean, I know I look older than I used to. I know that. Like, that's not cool. That's not. I don't think that's considered a friend like thing to say. That dude, you look old, or you look 80. Aaron says we can trade places. It's a true Minnesota winter out there. Um. Okay. Yeah. Let me just get back to you on that. But it's good to see you, Aaron. Good morning. Good day to you. Yeah. What time is it for you? It's like close to noon, probably. Natasha says, I am grateful for my doggos. My hubs is out of town for a conference and I can use all the snuggles. I like your hip slang there, doggos and hubs. Uh, I'm glad that you're getting snuggles. Absolutely. Trident for you. Yeah. On Thanksgiving Day, I went in the water, a little cold plunge, and I came out of the water. That's what my nephew Caleb goes, dude, you need a trident. That's not his voice, but I'm grateful for the conversation or the openness I felt in sharing yesterday for Love Morning. So thank you for that. And Natasha says, I have preteens. I have to keep up with the lingo. Yeah, I don't know when it happened, but I certainly identify as post hip. Like I'm just going to use the terms that were cool when I was a kid and just say that's rad and whatever, and use dude a lot and figure that if I try to get too sus, or if I try to use language, I'll be sus. It is fun to try to use current words in front of preteens or teens and just the expressions on their face. 6'7". Anyone have any other gratitude they'd like to share? I'm grateful that I've got a little breakfast meeting, hangout with a friend that is in town. I'm going to go see him shortly. I am grateful that I have, I think, finished my coloring book that I am making for Asher. I'm grateful that I had a fun video call with Asher yesterday. And are you familiar with the Squiggle game? It's a game that I've been playing since college, where everybody on the table, everyone has blank piece of paper. You all draw the same squiggle, or you can, the person leading it can make the same squiggle on a bunch of pieces of paper, and then you hand it out, and then you turn the squiggle into something. And the idea is that it's not about how good you draw. So you can even explain what you're trying to do. It's just to have fun and be creative and let your mind go. And so Amy suggested that Asher and I play, and it was so fun. First, we started with just like really basic shapes, like a circle. And so, I wish I had his here, because some of his are really clever. But, so a circle I turned into a face, and then we did a square, and I turned it to a robot with fireball hands. And then a triangle turned into fish, circle or oval, hula hooper. And then we started doing letters. And then we did a candy cane shape. And he did his, he did this drawing of his Christmas tree covered in candy canes. And it was so cool. The tree was like rad, geometric, abstract. It was so cool. So then we did letters. We both drew snakes. I drew my snake as a snake parachuting. B. And then his idea was, this is my D, was a watermelon. I turned the D into watermelon. He said, let's try to draw things just with letters. I'm like, yes. And then he'd do a whole face that was so cool. I tried to draw a car with letters. I did my D turned into a baseball cap, but it's hard. There's my turtle jumping over a mountaintop just made with letters. His suggestion was you could make small A's, lowercase A's, into the eyes, which I was very impressed with his problem solving, creativity, drawing skills. It was really fun. So I'm grateful for like a pretty good stretch of creative play with Asher. And I'm grateful that he's going to get to visit in less than 2 weeks. Aaron says, I'm grateful to be in a family. Wait a minute, this is going slowly. My computer. That I'm very socially aware, and we were trying to keep my Somali caregiver safe. It's winter out there in more ways than one. Well said. And I love your family. Good people. And Natasha says, how often are you called Moses? Wow, these comments are going super slow. I'm surprised not more often. I really feel like I'm giving Moses vibes. I think, at least, I don't know, but I think I have like an online account that I use for some things that I think is called Pink Moses. Moses Pink, maybe? So if you see Moses Pink, it could be me online. Hello, JM. Good morning, good day, whatever time it is for you. What are you feeling grateful for today? Love to hear what you are appreciating. I am grateful. I just, in my Facebook memories, there was a video from 18 years ago when I was roommates with my friend Shonda, who is co-hosts with me for our Hard on the 80s podcast, which we're recording tomorrow night. We're going to record a Christmas Vacation, which means I have to watch it today. But I found this old video where we were Christmas tree shopping, and I was complaining about how, as a plant lover, how distasteful it was to cut down a tree and watch it die in your house for a month. But it was really fun to see us long ago. Oh, wow. At least. High Noon saying hello from the Wild Coast. Look at those drawings. The fun part of the Squiggle game is, at least when I play with adults, in fact, we'll probably play at the Love Ambassador meetup in January, is that the idea is that you can like title your piece, or just you can tell people, you go around and you explain what you drew, because it's not supposed to be a contest of who's the best artist. It's just letting yourself be creative, and like, if you kind of like, what can you see? And it's always so fun to see what people, sometimes you're staring at the shape and you can't think of anything except for boobs or something, and then and you go, everyone's gonna draw boobs, and everyone draws, no one else draws it, and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe. It's just so fun to see where people's brains go. Natasha says, yeah, I am grateful to be around kid creativity. I'm not as connected to that as I used to be, but the kids bring back the ideas back up for me. JM says, cool plants and good evening from Germany. Nice. Also grateful for coffee and caramel chocolate. Hainu says, I'm grateful for Tom Green and him still making content, bringing a smile to my face when I'm overcoming blahness. Natasha says, I always love boobs. It's a good go-to. When I was playing with this game with Asher, we're like, okay, let's do uppercase B. And I'm like, don't make boobs, don't make boobs, don't make boobs, don't make boobs. Okay, what else can I make it into? Anyone else want to share any gratitude today? I'll share one of, I made the last picture for my custom coloring book. It's a hug monster and customized with Asher and some other kids that I know. Wow, is this still? Whoa. Is that not gonna? Oh wow, I'm having some technical difficulties today. JM says, grateful for Wi-Fi. Yeah, what an incredible time to be alive. It's also, it's one of those, there's a lot of reasons to be fearful, and there's a lot of reasons to that we need additional discipline over our behaviors and attention. But along with that is these incredible gifts. Like we're in Germany right now. We're in New Mexico. We're in California. We're in Minnesota, and we're hanging out together because we have a shared interest. We have a shared vibe, and it's amazing that we can do that with these digital tools. High noon, exactly saying grateful how we can connect across continents. Exactly, it's so cool. Natasha says, I'm grateful the sequined pantsuit I ordered for the Christmas party fits. The theme is disco space. That's funny. The picture that I was trying to upload that isn't working through the tech is I made a picture of Hug Monster and Asher on a disco floor or in a disco club with a disco ball. But something's going on with Restream today or my bandwidth or something. I'm grateful. Oh, I'm grateful that the podcast episode that Betsy and I did with Autumn Sky, who's a incredible artist, painter, leads retreats about creativity. So that's up now on Stay Sparked. If you're curious, I think it's a really fun, inspiring conversation. Juan says, I'm grateful for a $200 tip, a Christmas tip from a customer. I will be paying it forward to 10 people that have helped all year. The Jack in the Box cook liked my idea. I am gonna do my best to show some kindness to people that are of service to me throughout the year. Thank you for that reminder. I've never been someone until this year who I'm a renter, and there's a gardener guy who comes by once a week and just blows the leaves. But a couple weeks ago, I was just like, "Hey, man, thanks for always making our place look nice," and I gave him a tip or a little something. And I do tip our cleaning person every week, but I'd like to give a nice Christmas thank you. I think I'm a pretty good. I generally like whatever DoorDash suggests. I usually almost always double what they suggest. I just know how hard people work. So I'm going to try to, although a $200 tip, that I don't know if I can do that, but I'm so stoked that someone did, and you certainly deserve it. Any last gratitudes anyone want to share? Trying to think of if there's something else going on. I'm grateful that I had the time yesterday to do a thorough leaf cleaning on my massive ZZ plant in the other room, and my monsteras too. I've got these little, I think they're called, no, I can't remember what they're called, but they're like these little scales. They're bugs, but they look like little tiny little it looks like a little dry spot on the plant, but it's a bug, and if you don't go, they can start to grow and really do damage. But I have to clean off the ZZ plant leaf by leaf, every 6 weeks or so, and it takes a while. But it's really it's I had to really get in the headspace of take your time. You're washing the feet of a newborn. You're cleaning this living thing, and but It was enjoyable, and it's a plant I've had for a very long time, and I maybe I gotta do it more than every 6 weeks because I was surprised with how almost, like, I'd say half of the leaves needed to be, uh, rescued, cleaned. But, I mean, it's been as long as I do that with alcohol every once in a while, it seems to be keep it in check. But it does take effort. Does yeah. Every other week? Oh my gosh, it's a long process. Oh my goodness. It's a big plant. Tosh says, "Oh man, I am so grateful for the ability to give the people who help me keep my home not a disaster. My poor husband, I'm giving away all his monies." Uh, all right. Well, I will. I'm gonna try to be a better plant dad. I will try to be a better plant dad. I've got a few over here in the corner. This corner of the room is the hospital, and or hospice. There's one that's I think I'm gonna have to throw it out today. It'll be shorter if you do it every day. Well, or every more often. Except I still have to like look at every leaf. Um, but you're right. It could be. You're right. Thank you for the encouragement. Well, I'm grateful that even though I was late, that I was able to get in today and share some gratitude. I'm going to try to be a good listener today, try to share compliments. I'm going to try to be brave. I've got an idea. I want to try to film a little bit in public, which is always a little embarrassing, but I'm going to remember that that's a Love Ambassador Act Two. To be silly and goofy in public is an act of activism. It's a radical self-expression. It is trying to encourage everyone to let go a little bit of our constriction in our life. So I'm going to be practicing that shortly. I'll let you see what I do. Natasha says, also grateful for my ability to let go of some plants that are dying. Yeah. High Noon is grateful to those who fixed the pipes so the houses who lost water got it back. Water. Yeah. I'll do spend just a second in those little recalibrating gratitude for things like that, like the running water in my home, the heat, the insulation, the the storage of all my stuff, the trash pickup that's so easeful, the the roads that are so easy to navigate, and working street lights, and so many these little aspects of society and culture that contribute to uh, easeful living. Heinun says, "Look over your shoulder. There's lots of people filming." Wow. Uh, true. It's yeah. We'll see if maybe I'll have to like wait my turn to take my video in front of the big Christmas tree. Probably. Well, wherever you are, let's close with a hug and give ourselves a big old squeeze, appreciating our bodies, appreciating this day, appreciating the plants and animals and people in our lives and one another, and the ability to connect and remind each other that there is so much value in a gratitude practice and in training our minds to pay attention to all that's good. Let's take a deep breath in and squeeze. on behalf of Grandpa Caleb and all of us, thanks for being here.